Welcome back. Are you fucking ready to rumble?
Are you ready
For another Dirt Dudes podcast?
That's hilarious.
What is up, boys? Welcome back to another Dirt Dudes UTV podcast. And today we're going to be talking about the new Kawasaki Ridge, the Xpedition killer. Well, we're going to find out today. We're going to go over all the details. This sucker just dropped last night. What was very hilarious is that we thought it was going to drop at 6:30 our time.
Yeah. We were sitting there waiting. We're like, why are we finding anything? What's happening? And
come to find out it was 9:30 Western time.
Yeah, it was right before my bedtime.
But yeah, so if you guys are unaware, Kawasaki just dropped a new vehicle, and it's very similar to the Xpedition. Comes fully enclosed, has the heat, has the AC, has a bunch of different features, and we're going to go over all the specs today. And they gave us a little teaser at the end for what we will all would assume is the 4-cylinder supercharged Kawasaki KRX.
Yep. And
that's what we all thought was going to come out.
So what I was hoping for, but they didn't. And so we're going to cover both their models. They got a Ridge model that came out and a Ridge XR, so the sport model. So we're going to give you guys some stats, kind of go over both these cars for you, do a little bit of a breakdown.
Yep, it is. There's a lot of things that I wasn't very happy with, but there things after doing some more research, I wasn't bothered by some of the things that were negative to me.
Yeah.
Because it gave me a better understanding of why they are what they are, which you'll find out at the end of this.
Yeah, exactly. There wasn't, just telling you, nothing really off the bat that I'm like overly too impressed with. Things we've seen.
I don't know, dude. At the end of what, I'm sure you're thinking of the same thing.
100%.
That's what made it impressive to me is that's why
the very last thing. Like I said, the stuff that they have in this car, whatever, it's, we've seen it in other models, but the very last thing that we're going to tell you, that's what kind of put the icing on the cake where it's like, okay,
we went from
maybe I would actually think about getting this car.
Yeah, it went from no way
to I might have one of these if I had to get an Xpedition Overland utility vehicle. This maybe would be something I would look into.
It's definitely opened up my eyes quite a bit.
Yep. And we'll tell you guys that at the very end.
Because we'll get into it later. But all right, let's cover this. I'm gonna actually bring up something real quick because I just want to give you guys kind of an overlay. Oh, yeah. Here, we'll do this to start off the podcast. And here,
what can I say?
Here's a little something to kind of give you a little foreshadowing for later.
I am never going to financially recover from this.
Or maybe you will.
Maybe you will.
But before we also get into this, we want to let you guys know, August 24th, this year, in Cottbus, Michigan, Crashapalooza 4.0 is happening. We want you guys all to be there. We're going to give you guys crazy amount of notice. You're not just going to hear it now. You're going to hear it in the next video, and the next video, and the next video until we see you guys out there. So, August 24th, Crashapalooza 4.0 in Cottbus, Michigan. Camping, it's easy. It's tons of sites are available. Yeah, crazy. A lot of availability, and we really want to make this the most memorable one yet, the most exciting one yet.
Yep, I got a lot of time on my hands to really prepare this sucker, so I am going to try making it very over the top for you guys. That's why we preach it every year, but I will suggest it more than ever. You probably are going to want to be there Friday.
100%. 100%.
I'm going for the moon, son. This ain't going to be Apollo 13. Yep. We're putting boots on the ground.
100%. We always try to get there Wednesday night, Thursday morning to start setting things up. We love it when you guys come way early to come and hang out with us. Actually get to sit, maybe have some drinks, get to know you guys a little bit better. Definitely like seeing the campsites fill up Friday and then Saturday when everybody fills in and the fun, and for Saturday night, just ton of fun.
I've already seen the comments and have people reach out to me. If you cannot book your site currently on twistedtrails.com, just give them a call. The phone number is on their website. The link is in the description right below in this video. Just click the little read more thing. You'll see where you'll get the link. Go to their website. Just give them a call. You can book it that way. Honestly, it's the easiest thing to do.
Yeah, 100%. And honestly, there is a ton of camping space.
It's unlimited.
It's unlimited. If you guys have been there before, you can tell pretty much you can set your camper up wherever you want. If you guys want a little bit more secluded, like back in the woods,
Get on it now.
you got to get on that now. If you want a power spot, with some electricity, that you definitely need to get onto. But if you're just fine with a kind of an open field camp, you're totally fine.
I'm not sure if they've fixed this problem yet or not, but power sites are usually first come, first serve. I don't know if they've changed that or not, but yeah, that's why coming Friday will be even more beneficial to you guys.
100%.
Crashapalooza 4.0, bigger, better than ever. Come have a good time. Cheers. That's what it's going to be a lot of.
100%. All right, let's get into the Ridge. So much fun.
Leave a comment what you and your friends do.
Yeah.
You guys do shooters of Tito's?
Yeah, what's your favorite shot?
Or do you like fire water?
Obviously, you can tell ours is Fireball.
I can tell how much I like it.
Okay.
All right.
Kawasaki's new Ridge line.
Yep, I'm going to give you guys a little baseline here. So, the Kawasaki Ridge, it is a 999cc motor. The Kawasaki Ridge XR is 116 horsepower. It is an inline 4-cylinder, high power, high torque, precise speed control, smooth power delivery, low vibration, low noise, distinct exhaust note, 1,000-pound capacity, tilting cargo bed, detachable tailgate, power mode selection, continuously variable transmission, which is a CVT, on-the-fly electrically selectable 4-wheel drive and front-rear differential lock, high access vehicle width, which is 64 inches, long travel, double wishbone suspension, and high ground clearance. It's pretty common. Most of them have it.
Yep.
7-inch full color tilt or full color TFT instrument. It's your dash, whatever. Basically, the thing in front of you, like a Polaris, is black and white or whatever. It has red and blue color in the back.
Yeah, it's like speedometer, that kind of
It
jazz.
looks more like your ride command screen.
Yeah, true.
Smartphone connectivity via Rideology, the app Power Sports, which is basically Ride Command. It's Kawasaki's version. Spacious 3-passenger cabin. That's not true, but okay.
Yeah, and that's for the Ridge model, too.
And everything I'm saying right now, we're going to go into higher detail. I'm just giving you the brass tacks. Tilting D-shape steering wheel, speed-sensitive electric power steering, EPS. Speed-sensitive. Does it change variably by how fast you're going? Or is it by the different? It's got to be the different throttle modes. There's no way it changes by speed. We've done a bunch of research. We actually didn't do 5 minutes before we started this. So they never said anything. But I'm going to give you guys, so I just gave you kind of some keynotes. That's basic lowdown on this vehicle.
Yep.
And I'm just going to give you guys a couple little key features here. So this is the Ridge XR. This is the premium model. This is the best.
Yep.
If you just get a regular Ridge, it is not going to be 116 horsepower.
No.
It's going to be what, 92?
92.
92 horsepower.
Yep.
When they say smooth power delivery, low vibration, low noise, it's because the motor's rubber mounted. So they're trying to get rid of as much vibration / noise transferring into the cab.
Yep.
Which, if you guys know,
Xpedition.
I have 1,000 miles basically on my Xpedition. If there's one thing I could change, it's the damn cab noise.
Yeah, it's and I think that's mostly because it's a full cab. When I think we said it last time, even in the podcast, when we rode in
it's because I have the dog cab, so
Yeah,
that like
exactly.
back area, it's trapping noise.
Yep.
If you get the other one, it's significantly better. Am I going to say it's like a truck? No, it's not. It's still loud.
But it is significantly better.
It's still loud.
And with this Ridge, the Ridge XR, they're fully enclosed cabs, automotive windows, power windows, glass front and back. And when we were watching a little bit of video on it, the guy had the GoPro kind of mounted right there in between the two seats. And it still was kind of noisy, even being rubber. I can't say because we haven't rode in one. I'm just telling you from what we heard on the video. And, is it as bad as the Xpedition? I don't know. Hard to say.
It's hard to say, but what we did notice, so when we were watching this.
You could hear it, though.
You could hear it. So when he went from a Ridge model to a Ridge XMR, Ridge
XR.
XR, excuse me, it's not a Can-Am, a Ridge XR, what it seemed like to me, because I would assume that in both clips that we're referring to that he is probably running it in the sport mode.
Yeah,
so
I'm
he
sure.
can get the most out of it.
Yeah, he's probably revving it out a little bit.
So
higher.
this car is just like my Xpedition, variable engine modes. What do they call theirs?
So they have a utility mode, they have a normal mode, and then they got the sport mode.
And so in an Xpedition, it's comfort,
normal,
and then sport, I believe.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the middle one. I believe it's normal. It's standard. That's what it is.
Okay, yep. You're
Comfort,
right.
standard, and sport.
Yep.
So it would be like running sport. And when in that vehicle, basically what it's doing is changing your ECU and you're getting different RPMs out of your car. If you're running in comfort, you're getting in the low sevens, mid sevens RPM range.
Yeah.
You go to sport, you can crank it up till about 8,400 RPMs. Peak power of what a normal Polaris engine is.
Yeah, pretty much.
When he was running in these things and he went from the Ridge that was 92 horsepower to the Ridge XR, immediately me and Nick both noticed how much more cab noise there was.
Yeah, we literally was. That's the first thing I said. I'm like, man, you notice that? And he's like, the cab noise? I'm like, yep.
Yeah, so obviously everybody's going to want the Ridge XR because it's the premium model. I would rather have 116 horsepower.
Yeah, man, so like the Ridge, not only in the Ridge and the Ridge XR, not only is it just the engine and the power different, well, the engine's same, but the power difference. The Ridge, it's got a bench seat. And you can fit 3 people. Yeah, and I just don't like the bench seat. Me personally, I'm not a big fan of that
They
look.
suck.
Yeah, even in like the Polaris Rangers, I just don't like that look. It feels too golf cartish to me. I'm not a big fan of it. They talk about how you can put 3 people in there. Well, when that one guy was driving it, if you had 2 of him, you're gonna be smashed in the middle.
The only thing fitting in the middle is an infant.
Yeah, exactly. But the Ridge XR, bucket seats, nice center console. Looks a lot cozier.
Yeah, like basically, so if we're to break down the difference, so the only differences was the horsepower, basically.
Horsepower.
If you got the best addition between both the Ridge and the Ridge XR, the only difference was the power and the exhaust. That's it.
And tires.
And tires, yep. So instead of 27 inches
30s.
on the Ridge, you get 30s on the Ridge XR.
Yep.
So
Little differences. I will say the XR, it just looks like a comfier cab in my opinion. I like
Way
that bucket
comfier.
seats.
It's like going from a Polaris Ranger to the Xpedition. That is
100%.
somewhat the guy from Kawasaki in the video legitimately said, he said a Ridge is more utility, Ridge XR is more in that
Sporty.
in-between zone.
Yeah.
And I know that we're comparing this to an Xpedition because that's realistically the only thing that even compares to it in competition because no one else is coming out with the whole heat
Fully
AC,
enclosed. Yeah.
except for Polaris, who's been doing it for a little while with their North Stars.
Yep.
But the Ranger is not the same as what this is. This thing is like a General, but with the Xpedition enclosure.
Yeah, and I'm just kind of remembering off the top of my head. I want to say like the Ranger, so yeah, it's kind of wild. The inline 4, you got a 4-cylinder here. The towing capacity on these things is 2,000 pounds. The bed weight, you can put over 1,000 pounds in it. When the Ranger is a 1,500 cc twin, right?
Yeah.
triple.
No. The new one is a triple cylinder.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
So one less cylinder than this, and it's pushing, I think, about the same horsepower.
Same horsepower, but it also has, I think, a little bit better towing capacity.
Yes.
And I think you can put 1,500 pounds in the Ranger.
I think.
Don't quote me.
I can't
on that.
remember.
I
Go
can't
back
quite
and
remember.
watch our podcast. We did
Yeah.
a whole breakdown on this thing. It's not. It was maybe a month ago. Not even.
Yeah, not that long ago.
Go back and watch that if you're interested in that vehicle. But this is way more towards than Xpedition General.
Yes.
R-Max Commander. Is it as sporty as an R-Max or Commander? No. I know. I've rode with those things. Those things can be pretty
They
damn
can get
sporty.
rowdy. Oh yeah, they can get rowdy.
And we listened to a lot of these videos that I've dropped, and I mean, the one guy, I believe that was UTV Driver. Check out their YouTube channel. He did a breakdown on it. It was actually pretty damn good. He was saying it does not compare to a Commander or a R-Max. R-Max is one of the most sporty utility vehicles I think you could probably get nowadays. But to keep it simple, because of the whole Havoc system or HVAC system. Excuse me, Havoc. I had that shot. Chill out.
Yeah. Careful.
It's really comparable mostly to the Xpedition.
Yeah.
In which let's just get into a little bit of the finer details of this whole thing. I know we've been kind of jumping around here, but we're going to really go in order here and kind of break it down. So like I said, we're going to be we'll go off the base model right now. It's a Ridge. It has the bench seat. The seat flips up. There's storage underneath of it. Like I said, power windows. One thing I do like is that they put it right on the door itself.
Yeah.
Instead of the middle. I don't know if the passenger has access like the driver does. Maybe there's only one switch. I didn't see it.
Oh, that's a good question. I didn't see that either, actually.
D-shaped steering wheel. Seems maybe pretty underrated. But anybody that's went from like, I would say a old style razor wheel. You've done this.
Yeah, so...
And you go to your Sparko wheel.
Yep.
Quite a bit of difference.
Oh, it's a huge difference. Even when I had the RS1, I had a normal steering wheel. I bought a Dragonfire D wheel, which was still the same like dimensions as a stock wheel, but being in a D-shaped. It's nice. Honestly, I like the D-shaped wheel.
Would have thought a circle isn't the best.
That's the truth. If you guys like me personally, I like to kind of have the wheel down in my lap. I don't like school bus driving, and having that D, it allows you to.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Hit him hard with that one, guys. Right in the
Exactly,
comments.
man.
Hit him with that D, dude.
Dang it! Roast me, please.
You know, roast you with the D.
Roast me with a D. Having that D-shaped steering wheel, it allows you to slip your hands in between your lap.
I'm sorry.
Dang, dude. There's nothing I can get around on this one.
Roasted with the D, dude. You're roasted.
I am roasted. Dang it. All right. D-shaped steering wheel. It's a plus.
It's a good shape.
It's a good shape.
All right, now I'm gonna make fun of him a little bit. The Kawasaki guy, he was like, "We got a big key."
Yeah, he does have big. He does have a big.
You ain't
key.
gonna lose this. And he's like, actually, people probably still will lose it. But
Yeah,
I thought it was funny that he ramped on how big the key was.
He was excited about.
It's an industrial size key.
It is. It's like a full-on truck key.
The noise. So it's not on my list right here, but I'm going to skip ahead because I thought it was very funny. So it's inline 4-cylinder, which is the same as a Pro R. But a Pro R makes 225 horsepower stock.
Yep.
The Ridge makes 116. And it's 999 cc's compared to 2,000.
Right.
So 1,000 versus 2,000. Fraction of the horsepower. I don't understand putting the bigger motors in these vehicles and not upping the horsepower.
Yeah.
Like the Ranger, 3-cylinder, crazy torque, all this stuff. I get it.
Yes.
It's a utility vehicle, but we all know that the engine's capable of more. I don't understand it.
I would have liked to see a little bit more horsepower out of the 4-cylinder. You know, me personally, it's like
if my Xpedition was 150 horsepower, it would be money.
It'd be awesome.
It would be money.
And right now, the Xpedition is 114 horsepower.
Yes.
And the best model, this is 116. Out of the XR. That's kind of one of my downsides on this model. I wish they would have jumped it up at least $125, $150 would have been cool to see.
$125 at least, in my opinion.
Least,
like 150 horsepower for an NA engine. I get it. That's a lot.
Yeah.
It's more than anybody's done, but
you got to do that, though.
It's capable. Like my Xpedition, I've pushed the limits. Obviously, I tipped it over. I found the limit.
Yeah.
I found where the fine line is.
Right. Well, there's some things coming for the Xpedition that might even put it a little bit past that line, but that's for a later story.
Yeah.
But warming up in here?
No, dude. Fucking ripping out my...
Oh,
yeah. You want a little secret?
Oh, you want some secrets? You want that sauce? That's funny. Thought he was overheating.
No.
Can we open the door?
No, I probably just ruined my screen recording just for that.
That's hilarious.
We're not done, dude.
But, being the 4-cylinder, you would think, let's push a little bit more power out of this, a little bit more torque. I don't know. Then again, being a 4-cylinder engine, 116 horsepower, I feel like you're kind of bulletproof. And
yes.
that's probably what they might have been thinking,
For sure, you're getting more into a car engine.
Yeah, and that's kind of where the 3 year. That's the other thing too. I might have jumped ahead on that.
No, that's a good point.
You know, they offer the longest warranty stock. Like that, when you buy the car, you get a 3 year warranty on it. Mm-hmm. That's longer than any other manufacturer. Normally it's 6 months. You know, my Can-Am, when I bought the extended warranty, was 3 years. So my extended warranty is just as much as these guys' warranty right off the showroom floor. But when you're running a 4-cylinder, 116 horsepower, your car's super overbuilt, I would hope nothing would break.
Yeah,
for at least 3 years.
I would hope so. It's a 3 year, 20-hour engine warranty.
20 hour.
I just made that.
Oh, okay. I'm like, what? I was like, I'm so confused.
In 20 hours, it runs up. So
don't drive it
for 3 years.
For 3 years, yeah.
Okay. Big knobs. So like the heater and AC knobs are freaking huge, apparently.
Dang.
And you know why? Just in case you're wearing gloves.
Crank up the heat.
Right, I know I'm being a little bit of a dick right now, and I'm making fun of the Kawasaki guy. I just think it's so corny, some of the stuff they said.
Yeah.
Dude,
this thing sounds like a jet.
When we watched the part, dude, yes, he literally said it sounds like a jet. It's like
favorite thing.
Have you ever heard a jet, brother?
Yeah, that is
I'll tell you
not
right
a jet,
now,
dude.
I like side-by-sides a lot, but I've never heard any side-by-side that sounded like,
no,
that's freedom.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, no kidding. Just an F-16 just taking off. Just
call me Kawasaki Maverick. The updated parking brake. So instead of like your normal like gear or like handle in the middle that you just grab and pull up, that I'm just gonna say it right now. Everybody wants that.
Yeah.
Everybody wants that handle. They want
true.
the Honda Civic handle. They want the one with the little button at the end.
Yep.
They want to rip that up, get a little drift on, click the button, pull it down. They don't do that no more. They do the bullshit one where it's down, and you like pull it out. It's like a truck one. Yeah. You pull it out and then you got to release it.
If you have the handbrake one like this, I don't care who you are, how old you are. You know you're gonna come into an icy corner and be like, Erp.
If you don't, you're a Nazi.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's just my opinion.
Pull the e-brake. America.
Another thing that the Kawasaki man really, really loved was the dual side handle. Actually, he said it was his favorite thing about it.
It is it.
Which I wish little things could get me joy like that.
Yeah, I know.
Dual-sided dump box handles.
Right. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding.
So basically what it is both sides have, like if the passenger got out, he could dump the box.
Yeah.
Same as the driver.
And I think they did a little bit different deal with this box. It looks like it's kind of an easy assist.
Yeah,
so
it
when
looks
they
very
pull
easy.
pull the handle, the box comes up. Flips pretty easy, you know. Curious on how much weight. Let's say you had they didn't
He's
cover.
just saying this because he's thinking about it for himself.
100%. You know, but they say that it's 1,000 pounds of bed capacity in the Ridge. Now, let's say I had 500 pounds of rubble.
Here, hang on one second.
And I wanted to tip it. Is that easy?
Damn, bro.
Is it easy to tip 500 pounds?
I never thought about that.
I just thought about that. Or do I got to shovel it out to about 100 pounds? Or do I got to shovel it out empty? How much weight can I put in that bed and it's still nice, easy tip assist?
Because it looked like, he
flipped the handle. It looked like it came up by itself.
It was nothing.
Nothing. So if I have weight in the back, I just did a bunch of cleaning
bro,
of the yard.
Did you just think of that?
I just thought of that. If I have a bunch of dirt, I got a bunch of rubble, I got a bunch of tree stuff. How easy is that assist?
That's a great question.
Yeah, that.
I don't think it would.
I don't think it would.
If I hit that handle,
it's
1,000 pounds.
It's not. If it did that, I'd be like, wow, that's impressive. That's super impressive.
That would be mind blowing. Yeah. I didn't think about that.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
There's no way.
No, but I'm curious on what is that weight.
I think you nailed it. I think 100 pounds, 200 pounds at the most.
Yeah,
200 pounds at the most.
I can't see.
There's no way.
Right, exactly. Unless it's some kind of hydraulic system that's
it's just
control. It's not.
It's the same stuff that's on my windshield.
Exactly.
It's just a little hydraulic pump.
That just kind of helps push it
Yeah.
up. Yeah.
So it's 1,000-pound payload. It's 2,000 pounds of towing. It's actually the exact same stats as the Mule Pro series. So we're done with that. We covered all those. Again, inline four, 999 cc's, gen engine sound. Okay, now we're going to really, really break down the differences between a Ridge and a Ridge XR. So I'm just going to kind of go over some base points here. Ridge, that's a base model. You can get it fully enclosed, heat, AC, the whole shebang, but like we said, it will be a bench seat. The exhaust is a little bit different. It's only 92 horsepower instead of 116. It's very utility based. It's also only got 27-inch tires.
Yep.
The Ridge XR, it's more sporty. 30-inch tires, 116 horsepower. The Ridge, one of the things that's quite a bit different is the differential. So you can lock in the rear end on a Ridge. In a Ridge XR, you can do a lock in the front and rear, make it a real four-wheel drive.
Yeah, and I believe you can do it on the fly.
Yes, both models you can do on the fly,
Yep.
in which we did see a video where somebody did it.
So if you
But
guys,
I would love to see him do it after about 2,000 miles.
yeah. So to kind of break down that differential lock, the rear, whatever, kind of same thing as like what the Xpedition, where you can go from like turf mode to having a full
Yes.
two-wheel drive or two-wheel peel in the back to then a full diff lock in the front. So basically, if you guys just want one wheel spinning in the back, let's say you're cruising around the yard, you're doing some yard work, you don't want to tear it up, boom, you want to flip it into two-wheel, you can. And then in the XR, you can flip it into a full diff lock, and you can do this all on the fly. So you're cruising, okay, let's get back on the trail. You don't have to stop. You just click it in two-wheel. Oh, we're coming up on some mud. Click it in four-wheel, and just keep moving forward.
When they say on the fly, though, I bet you money there's probably a
speed
recommendation.
Yes, I
I
bet
think
there is, too.
Polaris does the exact same thing. I believe it's 20 or 25 miles or slower.
Yeah.
Me personally, I come to a complete stop or damn near if
Yeah.
I'm going to put in 4. If I'm clicking it out of 4, different story. It's not a
Right.
sprag gear trying to engage or anything like that. It's kicking it out.
Yep.
So I don't feel as bad. So,
Right.
but I'm still not going to do it at 60 or 70.
No, me personally, I feel weird changing anything in the car while I'm driving. I mean, other than my suspension, I don't like changing anything.
Same.
Even when I go to a different engine mode, because like the Can-Ams have economy to a sport, I feel weird changing that as I drive. Like I will come to a stop for the diffs, that, I guess the DPS and the suspension. That's the only thing I change on the fly.
It's funny that you say that too, because like when I first got my Pro R, I wouldn't even change the engine modes while I was driving. I would come to a complete stop and change the engine modes.
I'm still like that on my X3.
Yeah, it's like
I just feel weird about it.
Yeah. And what's funny is like with my Xpedition, if I go from like comfort to sport,
Yeah.
standard to sport, anything, if you're on throttle, it does not change.
Right.
You can see it on the dash. Once I let go, it will pop up what I changed it into.
No kidding.
So it doesn't like it.
No, I don't like it, but it's got a fail.
There's a reason why I don't do it when you're on
Yeah.
the throttle.
Right.
But again, both the models. So basically, if we're really to break it down, Ridge XR. I know we probably repeated ourselves here a few times. Tire sizes, exhaust, horsepower difference, seat, and
Differential locks.
The differential locks. That's, you got 5 major things that are your differences there. With this machine, they really, really praise their engine braking. They said it's really, really good. Engine braking, me personally, not a huge fan. Seasonally, not great.
I agree with you.
Because like you go into the winter, you have engine braking. You could be going down a flat road, but it's icy. You let go, all of a sudden you're skating.
Yeah.
You're like, what the hell is happening? It's your engine braking kicking in.
And when you get that short wheelbase, it's so bad.
Which this thing looks pretty damn short.
This thing looks pretty short.
I don't know what the length is, but it looks pretty damn short.
Like when I first got the RS1 and I took it out, I bought it in winter. and short wheelbase, heavy engine braking. I mean, literally let off the brake and my whole car spun right around on me. I remember thinking in my head, did I make the right choice?
Yeah.
I'm like, what the heck, you know?
Engine braking is a huge thing. Top speed. This really impressed me. But
yes,
keep in mind, it is a freaking 4-cylinder 1000 engine.
it's true.
Top speed is 75 miles an hour. Obviously, if you do a tune and stuff on this thing's actually be probably pretty damn peppy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what the torque numbers are on this thing, but I would assume it's pretty damn good. Because my Xpedition tops out at 65. I don't know if Polaris has just got more restriction or what, but
Right.
75 miles an hour. That's
pretty,
cooking.
That's fast.
That's cooking in a utility.
Yeah.
Slash sport side by side.
I mean, you're hitting max speed on the freeway right there.
We talked about the stock 3-year warranty already. And then one of the final things is an 8-inch Garmin GPS. So it comes stock. I don't know if it's in every model. I know on the nicer ones, it is a 7-inch colored screen. That's like what's on your dash.
That's what you're looking at.
That's what's in front of you, your speedometer and the whole shebang.
Yep, right in front of your steering wheel.
Well, let's say you want the rideology, the same thing as like Ride Command and all this other stuff. Do I know it's as good? No, I've never used any of this stuff. Take a good guess? It's not going to be as good because it's way behind.
Yeah,
Ride Command's been around for a long time. But they are teamed up with Garmin. Garmin's been around forever.
And then Garmin's are nice.
Yes, people use those a lot.
Yep.
So I'm sure it's pretty damn good. The little bit of pictures and stuff I got to see with it looked legit. The screens all looked very, very nice. But that is an upgrade. That does not come stock. You do not get stock GPS in this thing.
No.
You have to upgrade that.
Yep, exactly. And when we were watching the video earlier, they were showing the 8-inch Garmin in just the Ridge model. They didn't show it in the Ridge XR, but it's hard for me to believe that they wouldn't offer something like that for the XR.
And I have zero idea of how easy it is to put in. Literally, when you see it in the vehicle without it,
it looks
like an iPad holder.
Yeah. Yes. In the XR.
Yeah.
When you look at the Ridge, it looks just integrated with
because it already had it in there.
Yeah, it already had it in there. Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know what was exactly going on there.
So with this, so that's an aftermarket part, and then something kind of cool is they already have a ton of aftermarket stuff out for these Ridges, like 50 plus aftermarket stuff you could throw on there, being racks in the back,
horses in the back,
the Garmin and bumpers, etc. So they already have a pretty wide variety of things if you want to deck out the car.
So, which is pretty common with most of these machines because obviously this thing was on deck, I believe is what they would say in baseball.
Yeah, that's true.
Because as soon as it dropped, a bunch of different channels had access, and they were able to drop their test rides and everything with it.
Yep.
But very little information on it. Give it a couple months, people will buy these things, and they'll be able to test it out. I do believe the Ridge XR, he said it won't be available till spring. I believe that's what he said in the video.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So
he did.
It's going to be pretty lackluster, but I mean, that's like anything. Like even my Xpedition, I ordered it about 10 minutes after it came out.
Right.
And I waited months.
Yeah, that's right.
So no idea how good the heating and cooling, all those things are, but let's get into the main thing because after watching it and being super disappointed because you got honey-dicked into thinking there was going to be some type of supercharger, badass thing that's going to rival a Pro R or this Maverick R, something.
Yeah, so, that was like my big hope was that it was going to be like a supercharged 4-cylinder, like a KRX style, something that can combat the Pro R, Mav R, or at least the X3 Turbo Rs, something that can hang with the big dogs, get out in the trails or the rocks or whatever. And when they dropped this, I was pretty disappointed because the utilities are sweet. We're starting to kind of get into it with the Xpedition.
I'm way more prone to it.
Yep.
Yeah,
but like everything that came out on this car, other than being the 4-cylinder, we've already kind of seen. North
Stars have been around for a minute.
Yeah, North Star's been around for a minute. I mean, the Generals, the Commanders, the Defenders. We've already seen all these kind of things. in the car. So I was a little disappointed.
I like how they made it enclosed. I will say that is a game changer.
I do like the enclosure. But like, you know, we've been riding with Roger, who's got a Defender and enclosed, and
he's got a Commander.
Or Commander, sorry, yeah, and a Commander, and it's super sweet. You know, so we were a little disappointed until
the price point.
We heard the price,
which I will say, I have no way to confirm these. I went and looked on Kawasaki's website themselves. It said TBA, to be announced, but UTV driver.
Yep.
Check out their YouTube channel. This is the price point he said. $23,999. So $24,000, and I believe he said that was for the Ridge XR.
Yep. So don't quote us.
Don't quote us.
But
if that's true,
the word on the street, $23,900 for the badass XR
one?
badass one.
Dude, that's a deal. That's a
100%.
freaking deal. I paid $45,000 out the door for my 5-passenger Xpedition.
Almost have 2 of them.
So, yeah, you could damn near have 2.
Yeah.
And I will say, is my Xpedition nicer? Yeah. But, I mean, without me even driving, I don't have to drive it. I already know for a fact it is. I already have GPS stock. I mean...
Well, also 4-seater.
It's a bigger vehicle. If I went down to a 2-seater, it would be considerably cheaper.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I would have to see it in person. Maybe it is. The guy at UTV Driver, the one that said the price point, when he said, what did he call it? He didn't say chintzy, but he's like, when it seems like it's not that much, there's a reason.
Right.
And then he said the price point. But I mean, you're getting a lot of car if it's realistically for $24,000 to step into a fully enclosed, basically Polaris General.
Right. For 24.
That's a hard price point to beat, especially if it's a reliable 4-cylinder engine.
100%, man. And like I was saying, with all the aftermarket upgrades you can put on this bad bama jamma to just really take it up to that level.
Windshield wiper and everything too.
Yes. Power windows. I mean,
it's the Xpedition. Like, as soon as I said that, and I was trying to come up with more reasons why mine was better, I actually started brain farting. I was like, why is mine better? I have never drove the Kawasaki one, so I can't
say for sure.
I can't say for sure. I don't know how good the suspension is. I'll tell you right now, I know for a fact that Xpedition might be one of the best suspensions out of the box. I mean, I'm talking
hands down.
I'm talking electronic valve, Pro R, Turbo R, Turbo S. Like, mine's manually adjusted, but when you're talking about for a vehicle based on what its performance is, dude.
So many times I think we're going to bottom out.
It's so good.
I mean, not even scrape belly. I'm so impressed with the Xpedition suspension. So, man.
What is the difference? What would you say is the difference? Now that I'm really saying that, I'm going to eat my words because I can't come up with a bunch more differences.
Other than yours just being a 4-seater and fully enclosed like that.
5-seater. Well, theirs is technically a 3-seater, but you ain't putting anybody in the middle. What makes mine better? Same horsepower, basically. I'm 114. They're 116. Their engine possibly could be more reliable.
Well, it could probably handle a lot more.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, maybe. Mine's still 1,000 cc. Mine's just not.
Dang, dude.
Mine's
it's actually,
just
you know
two-cylinder.
what? Now that you're saying that, that's kind of tough because what's like the towing capacity on the Xpedition?
I don't know.
What's the bed weight you can carry on that Xpedition?
The tailgate can hold 300 pounds of butt. And beer.
It's a lot of butt. It's a lot of butt.
I don't know. Now that I'm saying, I don't know what the
Man.
The difference is I got a dog cab and mine probably is maybe a little bit nicer inside.
Right.
Maybe. I know my stereo system.
I was just about to say stereo system.
They got a stereo system in the Kawasaki.
They do.
But it's all in your head and like right in your damn face.
I'm
not a fan of that.
No, me neither.
But no matter what, you're still getting a stereo system. It looks pretty damn legit.
Yeah. The positioning where the stereo
again,
system
though, we're
Expedition's
comparing a
nice.
2-seater to a 5-seater, or 4. I'll just say 2-door to a 4-door.
Right. What is the price on a 2-door Xpedition? Similar, because for 45. That's a lot of money. I don't know about you guys. Not many people can afford a $45,000 just Overlander. But maybe a $24,000 one that you can turn into an Overlander utility. You could maybe get behind that.
So that's when we heard this, Nick immediately changed his tune.
Oh, yeah. At first, I was like, meh, it's not impressing. I've already seen this. Blah, 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 blah. As soon as that price came out, I'm like,
okay.
I would maybe buy one.
Here's some of the other things you get, in my opinion. This is the
Xpedition.
In the Xpedition, all the base models come with 30-inch tires. You don't have to change any of that.
Okay.
Winch comes in stock. Bumper stock. I think this does come with a bumper, some type of thing like that. I don't know if it comes with a winch stock, though. It does come. The Kawasaki does come with a terminal bar. I think it actually comes with 2 different ones. One is under the hood, and one's actually inside the
cab.
vehicle.
Yep, you're right.
But right here we got the models.
Which already, if I can hook the lights up easier in this Kawasaki,
you're winning.
You're winning.
Because the Xpedition's no fun.
No, it's not.
Okay, right here, the most badass model. 2-seater, so same as mine, the dog cab and everything. $30,000. Starting
30. So $5,000 more than this.
Yeah. I mean, but I also have GPS.
Actually, $6,000
So
more.
that's one other thing I have, is I have GPS. I don't know, maybe I said that earlier. That's one thing I have that they don't.
I wonder how much that Garmin upgrade. If the Garmin
I want to know how much
upgrade-
that damn Garmin is.
I do too. Or like, why are we not seeing the Garmin in the XR? I can't say that the Garmin doesn't come in the XR.
It doesn't. They said it in the videos. It is an add-on. The Garmin thing is an add-on.
But even for the Ridge, we're just seeing the add-on in this Ridge.
Yeah, that was an add-on. In that video,
okay,
that was
okay,
an add-on.
okay.
One other thing that my car has is I have an alternator. That does not.
Oh, yeah.
So that's another thing that I have that they don't. That is a pretty big game changer.
It is.
But yeah, I mean, you're talking about some subtle differences. Nothing too crazy. Are we gonna say it's justifiably worth
The other for $6,000? I don't think
maybe.
so. Maybe.
Maybe. Depends. I don't know how good their damn stereo system is, if that's something you're into.
Suspension.
I mean, if that Garmin thing is $2,000, you already signed me up for the other vehicle.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to do the work.
True.
Because if that's just the cost of, hypothetically, if it is $2,000, by the time you install and everything.
Let me ask you this. Do all the Expeditions come with a flip window?
No.
Okay, so that's an aftermarket kind of thing. Like yours is the flip window is an aftermarket thing. Okay.
No, it's not aftermarket. It's just it comes with the ADV model.
Oh, you're right. Yep.
So keep in mind, guys, there is Kawasaki models below the ones that we're talking about that aren't fully enclosed. Just like the Xpedition, you can go and get ones without power windows and the whole shebang, which I have zero idea of what those prices are.
Yeah, we're just giving you the baddest model out there, the XR, fully enclosed cab, everything, supposedly for the $23,900.
I will say, if this thing comes out and the most badass model is really $24,000,
man, good job.
Bravo, Kawasaki.
Yeah.
Bravo,
Great
because
job.
like this one, like you literally honey-dicked us hard. You let us down. But if you were going to release something like this for at that price point, nobody should complain.
No, 100%. 100%.
You actually killed it. You smashed it.
Yep. I can see where people, like I said, I wasn't overly impressed. I'm just, all the other utility models have this same features, pretty close. Like I said, very different settles. But the price point, wow. I mean, you're talking from the Xpedition that you got, $20,000 difference.
Yeah, why don't we talk about it some more?
$20,000 difference.
Almost half your house.
Am I going to ever financially recover?
But yeah, I mean, different models, so I'm sure it's going to get cheaper and cheaper, stuff like that.
Yeah. And I don't mind the look of
No.
the utility. I don't mind the look of it
It's
at
not
all.
horrible. I will say, as soon as I saw it, I'm like, that's hella ugly.
Yeah.
I will say that it seemed hella ugly right off the rip, but then once it's just like anything, it just takes a second to get used to stuff. Every now and then there's vehicles that come out, like let's say Turbo S. First time I saw that thing, I said that's a 69 Camaro, dude.
Yep.
20 years from now, that's going to still look like probably one of the sexiest things you could ever buy.
100%. In my opinion, the Turbo S is still one of the best looking side-by-sides out there. They just have a mean, tough look, man. This looks so good.
And I got to say, if we're going to compare utility/sport models, I'm biased, obviously, because I own one, but I will say an Xpedition looks better than anything else. R-Maxes look pretty damn good if you do them right.
Yep.
But the one thing about an Xpedition that I like is the stock cage setup and enclosure doesn't look goofy.
No, it don't.
It don't look bad. It looks like a damn truck.
Yeah, it's
but
really
you look
nice
at that
uniform.
ridge and you're like,
yeah,
guys, it's not the sexiest looking thing.
No, it's not quite the sexiest looking thing. It's put together real nice. They praise the cab enclosure being just super tight, super solid.
Mm-hmm. They say when they're shutting the door, it feels like a truck, which I will say that's one thing about my Xpedition I really like is like everything feels truck-like.
Yeah.
You shut the doors, the handles.
Polaris is on point of making their cars look pretty good. I love the way my X3 looks. I think my X3 is one of the sexiest cars out there. But once you go past the 2-seat X3, meh.
Yeah. It's I mean, I don't
4-seat X3s. Sorry, I don't really like the way they look. They're too long. The utility models. Some different.
I will say the Commander doesn't look bad.
It don't look bad.
They can make those Commanders look pretty damn badass.
They can. I will
say like Rogers
is a sick car.
That's a 1 in 10,000 car.
It is. Rogers got the Commander that I would want. 100%.
But all right, I think we pretty much broke it down as best we can for the new model that just dropped, Kawasaki. I will say, like I said, seemed like a disappointment, but if that's the true price point for the badass version,
turn this frown upside down.
You got me sold, man. That's a pretty reasonable price for people like us that want to have best of both worlds.
100%.
Like his X3, my Pro R, they're damn expensive.
You could buy a truck,
and which we all know. And it's if you were to want to have that second vehicle that's very comfortable and enclosed like that, like how I have my Xpedition, that's a pretty good price point because most of the time in the summer and stuff, you probably aren't going to drive it.
No,
if you are like us and you like sport stuff, because there's no point in having it. It's in Michigan. It doesn't get hot enough.
Yeah, for what you're getting from Kawasaki with this Ridge, and if that $23,900 is the true price point, you're not going to find a better deal for a new car.
Hit us up, Kawasaki. I'll compare it to my Xpedition.
Yeah,
Nick needs one.
Yeah, we would love one. We'll let you guys know.
Yep, Nick needs one.
Exactly.
So let's have a freaking enclosure off.
Let's go, Kawa.
Hit us up.
Exactly.
My number is beep 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 beep.
But nope, that's gonna be it on the Ridge. Like I said, just drop. So we don't have a crazy amount of stuff to give to you guys, but we wanted to give you guys the information that we could find for you.
What I heard is my car is better. That's why it costs so much more. That's
$20,000 more.
Yep. You buy my car, your bank loves you.
Yeah, right. But no, yeah, that kind of wraps it up on that. Again, we are gonna plug to you guys.
Crash Palooza 4.0, August 24th. Twisted Trails, Comish, Michigan. Link for it below. Hit up the description. Again, highly recommend just giving them a call than trying to book your site there online. I think they're having some issues. Be like me. I never do any online stuff. I just call.
No. Or be like me. Just show up.
Old man mentality.
Yeah. You're just, what? I was supposed to call? I was supposed to book? I'm already here.
Inner butt. I don't even know how that works.
But no, we really hope to see everybody there. The last few years have been a ton of fun.
Love everybody that's been coming out, and I already see other people are saying, finally, I can go, which appreciate everybody that's already booking their stuff.
Yep.
Patreon, longer videos, ad-free, early access. It's damn near almost every video.
Other than that, dirtdudes.utv.com for all your dirt merch, all the parts that we run on our cars, AA, Atlas, SF Raceworxs, Light 'em Up Whip. The list continues, so make sure to head over to that dirtdudesutv.com. Check out all the stuff we have there for you guys to get.
More AA stuff coming soon.
Yes.
But, yep, cheers, boys, to sport utility side-by-sides.
Yep.
And honey dicking us on a supercharger.
Yeah, I was really hoping to see something like that, but with this price, with what you're giving, I like it. I'm Julian. That's perfect.
You're Julian, huh?
I'm Julian.
Adrenaline junkie. Check him out on YouTube.
All right.
We covered all the bases.
That's it, guys. We'll see you in the next one.
I love you.
Later.
Goodbye.
Yeah.